Hi, would you want to have fun and make money at the same time? So my name is Solera. I am called the Spiritual Usher. I channel the Akashic Records and the Spiritual Guides. I'm also the author of the trilogy called Life Manual, as well as the founder of Life Lessons for Every Day from the Guides. You can find me on 𝙢𝙤𝙢𝙚.com. So let me tell you a lesson that I learned from the Spiritual Guides, which is about money and having wealth and having spirituality. And they've told me many times, don't worry about charging money for what you do, because there's just no conflict. And when people feel that there is a conflict, that's when you see a lot of people who are very negative. They will bash like other spiritual people, and they will tell their Reiki practitioner why you're charging money. So let me tell you something. If you want to make more money, it's very actually important that you enjoy what you do and you have fun with it, because the motto that the spiritual guides have given me is have fun first, make money second. And why is that? So it's a mantra that I just repeat to myself all the time. Have fun first, make money second. Because when I'm having fun, I have so much energy. I don't have to push myself to work. I don't have to force myself to get all the stuff that I think should be done, by tomorrow. And I don't have to also compare myself to other people. For example, when I post an ad on Facebook, I just checked like a couple of minutes ago, there are all these people who are very negative, and they will say things like, oh, you're a fake scammer. By the way, I love getting negative comments because I think they're very funny. And one of the well-known digital marketers out there says, if you're not getting negative comments, it means you're not making big enough of an impact. So if you are getting negative comments, it means you're doing something right. At least you're getting a reaction out of people, right? So think about why people are triggered, right? For those people who want to be spiritual, they, let's say, read all the spiritual books under the sun, but they don't have enough money in their bank account to support themselves. And believe me, I used to be one of these people, so I understand if you are currently in that position. Because I just kind of had this mentality, like, well, I don't want to be like those bankers and lawyers and whatever, those people who are only focusing on money. Those are bad people or greedy people. I just kind of, I had this sort of false sense of superiority, right? Like I thought I was better because I was more spiritual. But if you think you're better, you've already downgraded yourself. Okay, like if you think you're somehow better than other people, you've already lowered your vibration, because now you're sending that vibration out from a place of, it could be resentment, it could just be pessimism, it could be I hate people who are wealthy, right? It's like Bill Gates. I think he gets bashed very often, even when he tries to help the world. It's like, what are you going to do? There are always going to be people who don't like you, who don't like what you do. And quite frankly, that could even include your parents, So it's like if your mom and your dad doesn't even approve what you do, how can you expect the world to just like you, right? Like, just stop that expectation altogether. Just throw that out of the window and say it doesn't matter. Of course, some people are more sensitive to criticism than other people. I tend to have a thicker skin when it comes to criticism from strangers, because I'm thinking to myself, they're not related to me. Why should I care when someone called me a fake scammer? I just don't care, God bless them. They're on their own journey, and I'm not really here to judge them, because they are just where they are at, So that's totally fine. I think if you start to think from the perspective, just letting other people be free, even if they're criticizing you, even when they're being negative towards you, you will then feel free yourself. You know what I mean? From that kind of expectation of wanting to please those people, because the reality is, it's not really your job to please them, and it's also not your job to fix them, right? People don't want to be fixed, and it's like you can't really help them unless they want to be helped, right? Like, for example, clients who come to me, obviously they come to me because they're ready to be helped. They have that desire to grow. But I'll tell you, even the clients who pay me a lot of money, sometimes it's like they're paying me, but I think it just makes them feel better, but they're not ready to embrace really serious change and serious transformation. So it is so important that when you go into spiritual work, that you don't split yourself into I can only be spiritual, or I can only be materialistic and work really hard at my job. Really think from the perspective of, my intention is to walk the middle path. Okay, say that to yourself. My intention is to walk the middle path and really follow whatever the universe is guiding me towards. And if you have an intention to do that, then you're on the right path. Just by setting that intention, you're putting yourself onto the right path, right? And over time, you would then lower your resistance towards money, towards wealth, because I understand if you're in that position, and I've totally been there. I just had a lot of conflict, and it took time. It took a lot of time and a lot of coaching from the spiritual guides to really help me reframe my mindset around money and being spiritual at the same time. Because I thought, well, I'm a spiritual person, and spiritual people aren't supposed to make money, but that's not really true. There are a lot of successful people, like Oprah would be one of them, and she's deeply spiritual. And there are also other people who really are examples of spiritual wealth and material wealth. So I really want you to ponder on that and think about this, and let me know what you think about this idea. You could be really triggered by it, and that's totally okay. It's totally okay to be triggered by it, and it means there's a reaction. When there's a reaction, it means it's ready for you to look at that trigger. Okay, so that is what I want to share. Again, remember, have fun first, make money second, and money is going to come to you a lot faster that way. And I'll see you next time.